Give me a second, y'all. There's something going.
Get him!
Yo, what's up, people? It's your
my
boy,
past, the ghost of
MM2K,
Sparta thing.
back again
Yeah.
with another game. I deeply apologize. First and foremost, I'm on the crappy mic.
Yes! Ah! Right in the guts! Get it up in the guts!
Earlier today, I was trying to fix the
Was
vocals
hoping
on
to
my
see
mic
your blade. Guess they don't
and
come when you
discovered, still
stop
fast,
holding back.
discovered that, hey, maybe I can deepen it up a little bit if I do X, Y,
Look
Z.
at you trying to remember your
And I
old
tried doing that, and I broke my Yeti because I
You
was
should
twisting
be
it
better than this.
because I got a crazy setup.
Shut your ass up! I'm better than you!
Noise filter
Ah!
for the vibration, the sound, and the
Let me see the
walls in my
monster.
office are hollow. So
Get
it
him!
creates an echo effect.
Get that! Ah!
So I have this tool that you physically put onto the arm bar.
Damn it! Charge that baby up! Charge it up! Yeah, baby!
Absorbs all that echoing sound. Echo. Doing some other
God
things I need to
damn!
do. When you got that piece
Afraid to
connected
get
to
your
your Yeti,
hands dirty.
here, let's
Woo!
go to the screen.
Come
When
on,
you got
baby.
that piece connected to your Yeti, what it does is it yo, first time chat. Reverend Woods, what's going on, good brother? Good to see you. Yeah, I gotta do this because my whole setup is janky. I can't even see Reverend Woods. Let me move this over here like so. I do it like this. How can I put like that? So I can see the chat. Yeah, I'm gonna do it like that. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do something like that. All right. That works. Can I move this up a little bit though? Okay, there we go. There we go. That's banging. I like that. All right. So, long story short, y'all. I broke my Blue Yeti. Thank God for Amazon. I just went out and ordered another one. It'll be here tomorrow. I got Amazon Prime. Thank God for Prime. But because of the quality of this mic that I'm using now, I didn't feel comfortable creating the show. So I hit up the brother Daryl Smock, and I told him we're not going to do a podcast. So we've been on hiatus for 3 weeks, but I still want to talk to y'all about games, man. There's something going on that is quite interesting, and I hope y'all can hear me good. Let me try to get this arm bar, because the way this mic is set up, got to be up on it. Yeah, man. I hope y'all doing good. I hope everything is okay. Oh, Night Watcher. What the hell is it? Ooh, shoot! I might have to grab this. Grab Night Watcher.
Thanks for all the business.
What else we got up there?
Good trading with you.
Hold on, let me catch this. Yeah. Oh man, Night Watcher. What? Okay. Oh, this is a Brazo. Okay. I'm gonna still keep that Night Watcher. Yeah. Hey, I see you. See you, Division 2. But I got another cache. Optimization cache.
Agent in need of backup.
That up. Mountain hiking, I don't want that. Tactical backpack. I don't think I have that all. So yeah, I told the brother I'm not going to be doing a podcast today. But we'll get together some other time this week, and I still want to talk to y'all about games because I'm hearing some crazy stuff, y'all. I'm hearing crazy stuff like here. Let me do this because I gotta let the people. what's it called that I'm live to? I'm hearing crazy stuff like, yo, the Xbox Series S is not a bottleneck for gaming. And what else are we hearing? Then we heard something crazy about you need to wait 5 more years for the Xbox Series X tools to be developed, right?
Hi.
And I don't get that. I don't get that whole theory. Because the theory behind that Zealotry is that developers are taking their good old time in procrastinating and developing for the Xbox Series X. They're taking their good old time, right? So if you're taking your good old time to develop for the Xbox Series X, or no, maybe not taking your good old time is not the best way to describe it. If you are refusing to develop for the Xbox Series X because you don't care to do so because it's not the market leader, and maybe you feel persuaded to have it underperform because your game sells better on PlayStation, like that's the theory. Like if you're getting a marketing deal from PlayStation, or if, let's just say, you just happen to be looking at sales and you feel like that you don't want to get on Sony's bad side, that you're not going to optimize the X, or it takes a little bit more effort to optimize the X, so you're going to be lazy about it, right? That's what's being thrown out there, okay? And I'm going to say, as for one that had the Xbox One X, I'm going to sit here and say that's not too far-fetched, but stay with me here. If the theory is that the Xbox Series X takes a little bit more effort to develop for, and developers aren't doing it, why would they do it in 5 years when the PlayStation is going to be the trajectories that they're 2 or 1 here? What is going to happen in 5 years? Are the tools going to be efficient in 5 years? It takes a platform holder 5 years to make their tools efficient. Like, what is the theory behind it? Like, they shot the Zealots shot themselves in the foot by running with the theory that the Xbox Series X is not performing the way that it could because people are refusing to develop for it based upon based upon the fact that PlayStation is the market leader. That's why they're not developing for the X. Okay, all right. But they're telling you again in the same breath, wait 5 years when that changes. What happens in 5 years that's going to make that change? I don't understand. I don't understand that one. I'm totally confused on what makes that so. And if somebody can help me, I'd really appreciate it. Like, the platform is underperforming. There were all these promises made, and that's the same that we saw last generation with the Xbox Series X or the Xbox One X. There were all these promises made. Oh, it's going to do this, it's going to do that. And the Xbox One X is going to be the console to be for 5 years. And the Xbox One X became outdated in like 2 or 3 years. Right? Am I right or am I wrong? Am I right or am I wrong? So now you want us to believe that the Xbox Series X is going to get better in 5 years when you told us at the beginning that there were going to be 40 to 50 frames per second deltas, right? What happened to that? You were using all this spaced out Buck Rogers terminology to describe what was supposed to happen. There were going to be 40 to 50 frame per second deltas. What happened to that? Huh? And now you want me to follow you and believe that the Xbox Series X is not going to overcome these hurdles for 5 years? But in 5 years, it's going to Okay, let me ask this. It doesn't take a sense to decipher. If I can get an Xbox, if I can get a PlayStation 5 digital, right? If I can get a PlayStation 5 digital for $100 more than an Xbox Series X, and there's no compromises that need to be made for this generation, right? If I want a hard drive, I can get a hard drive later because it's going to be an optimal hard drive sold separately later. But again, if I can get an Xbox Series X, or if I can get a PlayStation 5 for simply $100 more than an Xbox Series S, and you're already on pace to being outsold 2-1 just like within this year. And the Xbox Series S, which is $100 cheaper, cannot keep up with the current gen games. And the Xbox Series X, which is $100 more expensive, really is splitting hairs on the big ticket games that people care about. What makes you think that in 5 years the PlayStation wouldn't have totally blown the Xbox consoles out of the water? And what would make you think that even if the tools did get better, that developers would really give two flying fig Newtons about developing for a losing console, for even putting the effort in? Because if the theory is, I don't want to slight PlayStation, and you got to wait 5 years for the tools, don't you think you would be really slighting PlayStation? If all of a sudden, because now these tools are easier to use for whatever reason, but PlayStation's been outselling it too. Why would they do that if they've never done it before? And the reason why I said it wasn't so far-fetched as far as the X was concerned was because we've seen it with the Xbox One X. The Xbox One X required a little bit more effort to pull that juice out, and the devs wouldn't do it. It wasn't until Red Dead Redemption 2 came out that we really saw the power of the Xbox One X. Right? Nobody else even wanted to even toy around with showing the power. Opposite of Xbox themselves. So again, I'm trying my darndest to understand this theory, because you zealots, you set yourself up by proclaiming that the Xbox consoles were not being the juice and the power in those consoles were not being extracted because they didn't want to piss off the PlayStation. Then you have a conundrum. If that is true, and it's going to take 5 years for that to become easier, I guess it is the argument. Why in 5 years where the trajectory is going to get worse? Because again, you got the Series X that's $100 more, the Series S that's $100 less, but it can't keep up with this generation of console. When you got that dynamic, why would we believe that the trajectory is not going to be worse? PlayStation is going to continue to outsell Xbox, and B, with that being the case, why would anybody go and then 5 years later, with the PlayStation steadily ahead, humongous gap, why would they then decide to develop for the Xbox Series X the way that you say that they're going to do it, in slight the thing that's been keeping their lights on, right? So you just openly admit it with that stupid talking point that the Xbox Series, the Xbox console is dead in the water. It's dead. Okay. Thank you for confirming. Thank you for confirming that all along, when we were saying that the trajectory that this platform was headed on was bad, that we wanted to compete, it's not going to compete in the hardcore space the way that a lot of zealots were saying it would. And because it wasn't competing in the hardcore space the way that a lot of you zealots said that in turn caused platform to say that caused the platform to put itself in a very bad spot where only thing that can save it, the only thing that can save Xbox right now is the Activision Blizzard. Like, if that doesn't go through, Xbox has no chances. They're done. Then you're gonna start seeing people let go. The rumors of selling off. It's making Microsoft money. Don't get me wrong, but the fact that they can't compete, that's gonna start affecting the stock price because they've plugged so much money into it. I don't think you're gonna see it immediately. I think the first reaction would be you're gonna start seeing people go. And if those new people can't change things around and have the platform compete better, then what's going to happen is then the talks of selling off the business, because then it would have evidently killed, it's going to heavily affect the Microsoft stock price by them having that dead weight on, can't compete. But I want to say, that would probably be another 5 to 7 years from any, at least 5 to 7 years from any even monumental regime change. So that's not something that would happen overnight. A lot of people are echoing and screaming Xbox is bound to sell off the business. No, I think what's going to happen is you're going to have extreme regime change. And maybe they need to hit rock bottom. Maybe they need to hit rock bottom in order to fix their ails. Maybe that's the thing that they need. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's the thing that'll save us all. The thing that will make it competitive for is if they do that. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, right now, I don't know what else to say. Tackle the zealotry. They actually said that Xbox, that the problems that they're having with the tools are going to go away 5 years. And that is a good thing. Like, you actually threw that argument out there as a counter to someone saying, let's bottleneck. I mean, the S is a bottleneck. Let's find some way to move around it. That was a rebuttal. That was an actual rebuttal to that comment. I could see it as being a reply, as in, okay, you know what? Yeah, the S, you know, may have its difficulties, it may have its issues, but ultimately, I don't think it's the main problem. It sucks, and it's a problem that Microsoft got to figure out. In 5 years, it may not be an issue, but it's an issue right now, and Microsoft definitely got to do something about it. They got to figure it because it's their device, and it's their device that they sold and they marketed to proclaim that you can enjoy next-gen gaming at a fraction of the price. You can get it at a fraction of the price, but you can't enjoy next-gen gaming. Some of it you can enjoy, but really enjoying it? Really, are you really satisfied with not knowing from game to game which game is going to be accepted, which one isn't? You know what I'm saying? Like, does that make you feel good inside about your purchase? Now again, well, let me take a quick pause in that. Shout out to my brother Jonathan87 in the house. Thank you for your long-time support, good brother, as always. I just want to say this. And not to my brother Sean. Sean, I don't want you to think that this it's a coincidence that you happen to come here at the same time I'm saying. To my cloud gaming people, I haven't abandoned you. Look, like right now, I'm playing on cloud. I'm 90% of the time, if I'm not, if I'm not playing on PlayStation, I'm playing in the cloud. Okay. And that takes up like 90% of my play. With that being said, one has to ask themselves, cloud gaming community, those that hear me talk my rhetoric, do you really understand what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of you have jumped in and said, oh, MM2K, why are you saying these things? You're being a fanboy. You've now jumped to being a fanboy. I don't like it. Right? Here's what I have to say to that. The problems that we have in the greater cloud community, and you're still suffering from. If you go to do me a favor, go to PNTS Network, right? Go to PNTS Network, and what I want you guys to do is I want you to look at my bio in my stories. We just dropped the story today about Twitch and how Twitch is losing out on Twitch is losing out on what do you call it? On subscribers. Like the platform is falling. When you look at my bio, it should tell you. Let me turn this down a little bit. Kind of loud. Let's see here. What's going on here? Oh, you know what? I gotta go back. What setting? Hold on. What setting was that I was in? I was able to turn this stuff down. I think it was. Hold on. Let me do something else. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay. I do that. Turn down everything. No, it doesn't. All right, good. All right. So here's what I want to say in regards to my cloud people who again hear me say what I'm saying. Again, go check PNTS Network. Look at the articles and look at my bio. It talks about hardcore gaming. This channel that you're watching this live, if you're watching this live, it's called the Hard Knock Digital Culture. This is a hardcore gaming platform. I've been advocating and talking about hardcore games, the pursuance of generating and inspiring more, like how the Xbox 360 did. I always tell y'all that the Xbox 360 is like of my top 3 generations because of the nuanced hardcore games that were inspired in that were inspired of that generation. So hardcore gaming has been my thing even before cloud gaming was. So when you guys see me talk about not happy Xbox, that's what I'm focused on. If you guys are playing Fizzle Tizzle Popper via the cloud, it may be, anywhere running anywhere between 720p and 1080p via xCloud, and you're enjoying it. Latency is like at 250 milliseconds, but you're still enjoying it. That's fine. Not a problem. It has nothing to do with me, though, and the things that I'm talking about. Talking about hardcore gaming. That presents the best of the best. AAA experiences. Graphics, storytelling, all that stuff. That is my focus on these platforms. May not be your focus. And if it's not your focus, that's fine, man. That is absolutely fine. Don't have a problem with that. But for those who your scope is a lot more smaller than mine, as far as what you're expecting Xbox to do, this isn't a discussion for you. Again, if you're playing Happy-Go-Lucky Bobby finds the candy cane and you enjoy it, great. Power to you. We're talking about AAA hardcore experiences, BioShock, Mass Effect, Fallout, stuff that Xbox inspired, that really changed gaming within the last 10, 15 years. It even changed gaming at PlayStation. Like you got games like The Last of Us and stuff because of the high level that Xbox inspired games put on Western development. That's why you got those games. Okay? So I just want people to understand that you gotta put things in its proper perspective. We are not talking about the same thing. We are not on the same page. And that's okay. The page that you're on is for a completely different reason. When it comes to these games that I'm talking about, that is okay. Right? Hopefully that's all understood, well and good understood. And more confused about that. I remember I had somebody come up in my mention, say, "Oh, he now went and got a PlayStation, so to make himself feel important, he is promoting PlayStation and talking stuff about Xbox." And I've had the same person not do their research and try to peg the same thing on me as it relates to Stadia. And I've ignored them. They don't know. They didn't know what the hell they were talking about. But I will say this. My issues with Xbox are based upon being a consumer or former consumer, spending a bunch of money on their products and services, based upon the expectation that they kept selling, that they would continue to be a staple in the hardcore market. That's what they said. Because they said that, sold that to me as a consumer, but yet have done the opposite. I've spoken up about it for the last few years. And that's why I've done so. And I got every right to do so. Just like you got every right, really, to miscommunicate what my intentions are. But I will say, to that, I will say this. Opposite of why I've gotten on Xbox's back, I never address why someone else, or I never address a platform that someone else may like that I don't, unless that comparison is being made to me. Oh, you know, what was the comparison back in the day? GFN destroys Stadia, and all the Stadia people will abandon GFN and abandon Stadia and go to GFN, and we found out that wasn't true. Now, I love GFN. That's my favorite way to play. But we got to keep it real. Me and many others that have been on this platform recently are here because Stadia isn't here anymore.
Hostile broadcast detected.
So to make sure that's abundantly clear, people like to misconstrue things and make it seem like that things are when they aren't. Yeah, I have no problem with for my ad.
I believe Black Tusk is after data stored inside the vault. Maybe it was something Ellis found.
I have no problem with people liking other platforms, but when you show up in my shows and say this and that, I'm gonna give you that work. And a lot of people don't mind
Guarded by hostiles.
getting that work. That's why they show up and they talk their smack.
You need to stop Black Tusk
If
from
this
hiding
isn't
the
your
data they're after in
thing,
the vault.
if talking that smack ain't your thing, then don't show up here. Okay? Don't come. It's not for you, but that's okay. The world doesn't revolve around you. So just because people want to talk and pop, talk ish and pop spit, If they want to do that, that's fine. Let them do so. Learn how to move on and ignore if something isn't for you. Yeah, if you are enjoying Xbox and the issues that I'm bringing up with Xbox, you can't relate to them, then my conversation isn't for you. Because nowhere in my messaging is, should nobody like Xbox. I'm addressing things that were said, things that were promised. And if those things are superficial to you, then you say, oh, I don't care about this. Like if somebody says, oh, this sucks. McDonald's French fries aren't cooked the same anymore. Oh man, and you hate French fries, then my conversation ain't for you. But it doesn't mean because French fries ain't for you that I shouldn't bring it up as a discussion point. Especially if it's something that I've been promised. And no, everybody's not just gonna say, oh, well, what's the big deal? Just be quiet and game. No, under the same scenario, a consumer wouldn't take the answer. What's the big deal? Just be quiet and eat. If you came for a specific purpose, and that purpose was promised for you, therefore you spent X amount of money, and you don't get what you asked for, or what you spent your money for, you're going to be vocal. Nothing wrong with that.
System back online.
Now, at some point in time, you got to recognize that, hey, a product doesn't provide what they promised, and that's, going to be to their detriment. Not good. Not a good way to treat consumers. Offer one thing, but then actually present something else. Eventually, you got to move on. But our discussions cover the greater good of hardcore gaming because Xbox, who played a valuable role in that, no longer is seriously competing in that arena, even though they keep giving assurances that they are. They're not.
From what we can tell, Black Tusk changed the vault
So
security
again,
codes.
all those things that I just brought
In
up
order to get in.
for the greater cloud community, they don't mean squat. And that's okay. You got to understand, greater cloud community is as important as you are, and I don't mean that facetiously, I'm being honest. As important as you are, because you are the pioneering consumers of the way of gaming that's going to be revolution, that's going to change everything for everybody in a positive way. Your role is niche right now. It doesn't address the current state of gaming. So we don't get to ignore everything that's currently important, viable, and say, oh, well, it doesn't matter because in 10 years, no. For the people that are gaming now, they're addressing the issues that are occurring now, and rightfully so. Because as much as I'm an advocate and a supporter, and I feel a pioneering consumer and content creator in the cloud gaming space, I'm very self-aware. Just because I like cloud gaming, that doesn't mean that the expectation that said gamer has for general gaming don't matter. I'm happy with Xbox. Play Tizzle Tizzle Chisel Popper. Who cares? Whoa, Jesus Christ. I got to play it on a sport. Who cares? Oh. Graphics and everything else. Huh.
One of the ranking Black Tusk team members should have access to the vault.
And by the way, I didn't just get my PlayStation right? I didn't just get my PlayStation. What was said? What comment? I didn't just get my PlayStation after Stadia died. Ben had it. I had my PlayStation day one. The only thing that I've said in regards to a platform is because I was having discussions with people that, you know, all right, they wanted to throw a little shade at what I was supporting, and that's fine. And you know, hey, look, I'm not one that shies away from debate. I don't care. I was willing to have that conversation. If that is a conversation that you don't want to opine in, that's fine. But everything out there in the ethos isn't for you. No need for you to be sensitive about it. You're worried about any titles that I've gave any zealot group. You don't fit under that group. Then walk on by. Who was it? Was that Sade? Then do Sade and walk on by. Oh, Jesus.
Medical assistance needed.
God damn!
Agent killed.
We got zealots in the cloud space too. God damn it! Oh, when you die on heroic, you got to start all. Oh, Jesus! God, got him. Forgot about that.
Agent requesting backup.
If any kids, the same person was whining, oh, MM2K, why do people gotta be what I used to call some of the people that were making up their own stuff and making up their own theories on why that was happening? Called them the oh shoot, what did I call them, man? Called them the canoe people. Why do gamers gotta be canoe people? If listen to the reasons why. That was the context they were approached at. And if you don't fit, then like Sade, walk on by. No, I don't enjoy just to share making of games. I'm a hardcore gamer. Like to see. Oh, gee. Like to see hardcore gaming being influenced. Like to see people trying to compete in that space. Really trying to innovate. Do some new stuff when it comes to gaming. Does not mean that I believe that indie games should go away or whatever. No, but the people like that stuff. There's some that I've grown to appreciate because of Stadia when I normally didn't at all, and that's cool. But I've always been for the big ticket games. Always. So again, my cloud people that fit under that category of Pizzle Poplar is great. We get a ton of those from Xbox. What is your problem? Those are for my people that fit under that category. Conversation ain't for. For my hardcore. Have some questions for Xbox. Hold on, y'all. Promise me. We continue. It's that in the third. I don't doing that. What's up with that? You know what I'm saying? And Xbox is like, oh, no, we're still competing in that space. Just give us some time. That's why we got Bethesda. That's why we got to give us some time. We're really going to innovate in that space. People looking at them and they're like, hold on, you got Bethesda? Who made multi-plat games that were available everywhere. So if you're going to limit that, if you're going to take games away from gamers, and I don't believe that, excuse my French, I don't fall into the one I bought last week is still in the box. Shake my head. He's talking about his Xbox. And I don't fall for that bullshit. Excuse my French. We're putting games on every screen. Fuck your screens. Why? Because playing on your platform via the cloud is horrible. It sucks. Fuck your screens, man. So you're taking games away from gamers. That's what you're doing. Period. There's no other way to slice it. And if you're gonna, hey, look, it's business. And they got every right after obtaining Bethesda to do whatever they want with their games. That's not a problem. But don't be disingenuous about it. Not be disingenuous about it. Then look at us like we misunderstood. No. I think that was the most. It's like you didn't even try with that shit. What did they say? I can't even remember. He said, oh, we didn't take anything from PlayStation. Yes, you did. You had the right to do it. Say it with your chest. But you bought them, that's the way it works. You bought them, your shit is yours. People can complain about, but my thing is if you want me to buy into what you're doing as a skeptic, that's who Xbox has to convince. They have to convince the skeptics. If the supporters were good enough, then they wouldn't be in last place. They have to convince the skeptics. I'm more important to them right now than the supporters because there's more of me than there are of them. And if Xbox wants to get out of last place, they need to convince me that what they're doing isn't disingenuous. They have to convince me. So if you want to convince me that what you're doing is for the betterment of gaming and not just your pockets, then you have to show me why I benefit as a gamer or how I benefit as a gamer from you keeping Bethesda off of other platforms. What's going to be so great about Bethesda being under your helm, even though their games used to come up on other platforms? You have to enhance that experience. And if you don't enhance that experience, then I, the skeptic, the most important consumer to you right now, Xbox, you don't win me over. Xbox's most important consumer is not the mammy jammy that's on Twitter talking about, look, this is a safe haven for you to talk about the competition instead of focusing on what's wrong with their platform. You want to whine about the neighbors. You want to whine about the neighbor's house while your roof is caving in. That doesn't make any damn sense to me, but if you like it, I love it, right?
System malfunctioning.
My thing is,
System reactivated.
go find somebody. Somebody behind me? Woo! Woo! These bugs, they were coming. Yeah, so Xbox is doing a horrible job convincing me, the game consumer, that what they're going to do is by them doing what they're doing, that's enhancing my gaming experience. Even though you have every single right to put in the bid for a company to buy them, and if you buy them, have it as part of your strategy that you're not that you're going to keep all your shit exclusive. Xbox has every right to do that. My thing is, I have every right as a consumer not to support it if I don't like it. You got to do your job as a platform. Oh shit, platform provider. And if another regulating entity comes in the mix and they don't like it either, and they want to disrupt it or scrutinize it, you got to convince me why I should support you through that scrutiny.
Let me patch this up.
That's how this shit works. And I don't think they understand that. You're not entitled just because. Woo.
Armor's almost gone.
We're not entitled just because. Jesus.
Compatible RFID signature detected.
Come on.
That's what you need. Grab
Come
that
on,
key
man.
card.
The fuck? We're not entitled just because.
Head down and get into that vault.
If there's battle on your hands, fuck it. There's a battle on your hands. I'm sorry. Sorry, Microsoft. You gotta convince me. You gotta convince me, the gamer, on why you're trying to do. Hey, yo, Cruson, Stadia was putting your games on every screen. Yes, Stadia was doing it, and Stadia did it good. You know what I'm saying? Stadia did it good. What I'm talking about is Xbox talking about, oh, we're gonna make this accessible to every gamer by putting the games on every screen. So even though we're taking it off so-and-so platform, we're making it available to more gamers. No, that's not what's happening. What's happening is you cannot curate and strategize and get the right people in office to curate good games anymore. You just, under this regime, you just don't know how to do it. And Phil Spencer, I get it. He just loves to play games. He's like a fat kid in a candy store with type 2 diabetes already. He just likes playing games. There's no scrutiny. Give it all to me, the Skittles, the Nutty Buddies, Chico Sticks. There is no, oh, I don't like this, I don't like. He likes it all. And that's fucking cute and admirable in a Teletubby type of way. But I ain't a fan of the Teletubbies. I ain't a fan of the squishy, sweet, soft shit. This is the hardcore gaming platform. Want to be a serious competitor in the hardcore gaming space, then you gotta compete. And you compete by inspiring AAA development at first, inspiring it, help being in the forefront of some of the most innovative games to come to fruition. Gotta be there. And you also have to do your best to take the multiplayer games, the multi-plat games, and add some bells and whistles to those too. You know what I'm saying? And Xbox promised to at least do the latter part. Well, they promised to do both. We're gonna be dropping. This is before Bethesda. This is before Activision. We're gonna be dropping one AAA game. I think they said one AAA game every quarter. Is that what they said? I believe. And they sure as hell didn't do that. Now they want to roll with this. We're putting games on more screens. No. Your cloud service is crap. If it was NVIDIA GeForce Now, Shadow, for crying out loud, freaking Amazon Luna making that argument. All right, I would say you got me there. xCloud by far is the worst. And don't take it from me. Take it from them who told you, when they were asked about the product, why don't you just put this out there retail? They told the interviewer, would you ship that? For one. And for two, admitted, no, there's 3 points to this. I'm sorry. 2, they admitted to the CMA that their platform underperforms. They said themselves it sucks. And to them, it's only good for downloads and stuff like that.
Stop Black Tusk.
Right? And then the third point is where, oh no! No, the game froze on me. No! Oh, they're trying to get it back. Okay. God dang it. Oh. No! Oh, God. They're saying my connection is bad. Could be. Am I connected to my router again? I hope not. No. I shouldn't be connected to my router. I gotta call Verizon and ask them when they're coming to change my router. They said Microsoft is cruising, and Microsoft is ruining the gaming industry by buying out studios. Absolutely. And I forgot my third part. They said that they were going to buy out. They said that they were going to. They told the interviewer when asked why don't you just put this xCloud out on retail, right? Would you ship that? They admitted to the CMA that they suck at cloud gaming. And 3, they knew that their cloud gaming, look, there wasn't supposed to be an Xbox Series S. There wasn't. Don't take this from me. Take this from Brad Sams of the Paul Thurrott think tank that covers and knows all things Microsoft. Those guys are they're AAA plus Microsoft experts. And talking to them, that means I got to do that mission all over again. I ain't gonna do that. In talking to them, Brad Sams, who is part of that think tank, said that there wasn't supposed to be an S. That the Xbox Series S was proposed at first, but then the thought of it was canceled after developers complained about it. The same thing that developers are doing now. They threatened, they said, look, if you force us into utilizing the Xbox Series S we're going to scale up from the S and not utilize all the features of the X. This is too cumbersome for us. So Xbox said, fine, we're not going to do that. We're just going to come out with the X. And what was supposed to happen was xCloud was supposed to be a retail product. I can't find the interview. I got a $50 gift card. Shit, I might even make it $100. But I got a $50 gift card for anybody. Oh, that reminds me, I'm supposed to do the gift card raffle. I'll do that. I got a $50 gift card for anybody that can find the interview where Phil Spencer says that he is oh, matter of fact, I guess what's that fucking thing, Chat GPT? I'll ask Chat GPT. There's an interview where Phil Spencer says that he is not, that the xCloud is going to run parallel in retail with the Xbox Series X. Because remember, for a while they were like, we're only talking about one console, which was xCloud. Which was the Xbox Series X. So they were going to run xCloud parallel to that. That was going to be their answer to people wanting to play games, but wanting a cheaper way in order to play next generation games. That was going to be their answer. Because their thought process was, look, we're going to be doing cross-generation, so most of our games are going to be available on the Xbox One X and the Xbox One S. So the way xCloud is built right now, that'll be xCloud 1.0 retail. The way that it's built now, people will just be playing the Xbox One version of the game. Give us a year or two when we add the Xbox Series X server blades to the cloud, and people you don't start getting next generation games till year 2, year 3 anyway. So around that time, we'll have those Xbox Series X server blades ready, and then people will be playing next gen games on the cloud, like how they are now, right? People are playing next gen games on the cloud, right? The problem was when they saw what Stadia was able to do and saw how much better it was, they said, oh snap, our cloud gaming service is trash. And that's why Phil went on Fortune magazine and said, would you sell that? He was about to. That's why I don't trust nothing that this guy says. He does not have an eye. Preemptively. This is the problem with Phil. Phil Spencer does not have an eye preemptively to tell what is the right direction to go when it comes to game development and platform enhancement. He just does not have that eye. Where Yoshida of PlayStation had that eye. And other people. In order for you to be in charge at PlayStation, you gotta have that eye of what's going to work or what's not going to work. And 9 times out of 10, when things go wrong at PlayStation, it's because of the board. Like the PlayStation 3, the board messed that up. The people that were the other VPs that were like, no, we need to do it this way, the right way, they were overshot by the board. But generally, people like Jack, what's dude's name? That used to be part of PlayStation. I forgot. He's doing something else now. Even Sean Layton and other people, even Phil Harrison. They generally knew the direction that the platform should go in, and whenever they made a misstep, it was because of the board. Right? So, because of that, that is the crux of Xbox's problem. They have a leader that does not have the foresight to know what direction to go into in advance. Everything is all reactionary. He is not a visionary. He's not a good visionary. He knows how to make things sound good. But a visionary is not someone that comes up with some appealing process or idea that only works mentally. In the physical, real world, it's groundbreaking. That's a visionary. Phil Spencer is not a visionary. And people have to understand this. He's not. He has not been visionary on anything. Game Pass, MM2K, that wasn't his idea. That was Satya's idea. They wanted something. Satya came to them. What can we do that's service-based that also will be embedded in the cloud? That Satya made that. Again, this comes from the Paul Thurrott think tank. Satya and Nadella came to everybody and said, A, why should I keep you here? And B, what way can your division come up with something that is based in the cloud, that's service-based and based in the cloud? That's at the heart of Satya's philosophy. And that's Game Pass. That was Satya's visionary accomplishment. Minecraft. Satya. Now Bethesda, we can argue Bethesda, but we haven't seen that come to fruition yet. We'll see with Starfield. But nothing that you're celebrating now from Xbox that's really moving the needle is something visionary from Phil, or a result of his leadership. It's either a philosophy that was there before that they haven't scrapped, or it came from Satya, not Phil. Yeah, they also haven't innovated the cloud gaming platform. They sure as hell have it. They suck. Give me a second. I gotta go to the restroom for a second. Give me a moment. Right back. Voice some tunes. Hold on. I don't even have to get the pause screen. Intermission.
Get him, baby! Yeah! Get that one! Oh, see the toy! Ah, no! No!
Let's do this.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
We'll take a 10-minute intermission.
Oh, you
Might not even be 10 minutes.
rotten
I don't
mother!
think
God damn it, these buttons
be right back.
suck.
Your shield's busted, brother. Just keep your feet moving, yeah? You're on fire, but you probably already know that.
Woo! 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 You ain't get me, baby. Damn, I love this game. This game. Let me get my ass kicked.
I knew it. I knew it. I was gonna get my ass kicked. I couldn't. Oh yeah, baby. God. Damn it. Die, you roaches! Oh, Lord Jesus.
I just bloody tears it.
Woo!
Winter Freya, the raiders, Stornodes and barging in, and now stalkers playing in our woods. This is no safe haven anymore.
Woo! My God!
Predator.
Its horns are glowing. Might be a weak point.
Woo!
Right side. Father.
Oh! You sneaky! Got you! Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. Stop, 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 stop. Got you! Okay, there we go. That's what I figured. Alright. Let's get through here. Come on, boy.
Isn't it nice how Fimbulwinter wore down all the helpful magic we acquired? Yet somehow new terrors only flourish. As if on cue.
Ooh. Oh! Oh! I'm hitting the wrong button. Damn it!
Come on, get up, brother.
I keep hitting the wrong button. I don't like the button layout. Alright.
Isn't it nice how Fimbulwinter wore down all the helpful magic we acquired? Yet somehow new terrors only flourish. As if on cue.
Sit your ass down, boy. Says new beast is in entry. Alright, so we both got some experience there. This game ain't no joke, man.
You got it. Wonder who they.
Let's go. And let's go. Oh, shoot. Oh, what the hell is that? Oh, shit. Oh, the huntress.
Stalker! On your guard, brother! I think we found our predator.
Its horns are glowing. Might be a weak point.
God damn it! Woo.
Behind you! Look out!
Damn.
Grizzly scene.
Woo. Oh, you. forgetting about my damn shield. Don't forget about the shield. MM getting my ass whooped.
Don't take all day.
Oh shit! Golly! No!
About time.
Whoa! Whoa!
I've been waiting for this. You're not from here. We got a tradition called blood payments. It means I get a piece of you for what you took from my family. You'll pick it up.
Yes. Live screen. That's weird. Oh, oops. Wow, that looks. Gotta fix that. That looks really weird, man. All right. Let's see here. What else? Yeah, so Microsoft really has a conundrum in their hands. Cold Blood is in the house. I'm about to get back to the game. Microsoft really has a conundrum in their hands, man. They have a leader that does not know the difference, that does not know how to preemptively see the correct path they should follow. He has a lot of cool thoughts and ideas in his head, like we all do. You know what I'm saying? We all got like, wouldn't it be great if I wiggled my left toe 6 times and a new game popped in my lap, and then I, probably spit on the ceiling and not paid for it? Yeah, I mean, he got a lot of zany ideas and geeky shit that he thinks of as a gamer that he would like to see, right? But that's not a visionary. A visionary has a innovative, groundbreaking, genre-defining, yet sensible idea that they draft mentally and they put it out into real-life situations, and it works. And it works. That's a visionary. I want anybody to come here and tell me something visionary that Phil Spencer created or thought of to help innovate gaming. He has done nothing. The only thing that he's done is shown his childlike aspirations that as many people get their hands on games because that's what he likes to do. He likes playing Pizzle Fizzle Tizzle Popper for 15 minutes. Go take a piss. Then come out and play Destiny 2. Go eat a sandwich or eat a burrito. Then go back to Charlie Found the Candy Cane in the landfill. Play that for about 30 minutes. Take a nap. Then go play some Division 2 like your boy. Go talk to the neighbors. Where's Waldo? Volume 19. He like, you know what I'm saying? He's all over the place with his shit. That's what he likes to do. That's not the average gamer. And the average hardcore gamer don't give a damn about Fizzle Pizzle Tizzle Popper 12. We want to know what you're doing now to A, bring us the most innovative AAA hardcore gaming experiences, and B, what are you doing with your machine to make it badass to heighten my experience with those hardcore AAA experiences? Because that's what you used to do. That's the only reason why you became popular in the first place. You started off that theory It was a little new to people, but it was visionary. It was onto something. You survived off the coattails of Halo at first, but then you were able to fine-tune your experience and then brought it to the 360. And the rest was history for that generation. But you've completely obstructed from that and gone into this whole let's get games in front of gamers like me, woohoo, experience that nobody asked for, that nobody seems to want 10 years later. The proof is in the pudding. Are there more people playing Xbox? I don't want to, before people say Game Pass and xCloud, riddle me this. We're 3 years into this generation. Xbox is now on 2 consoles. They are in the cloud and they're all over PC. I want you to tell me, 3 years into this strategy, are there more gamers playing on Xbox now, or were there more gamers playing in the 360 generation just off of one freaking console? Don't give me that MAU crap, because shout out to Porter Rock for pointing it out. That MAU, and again, when we were talking about this in the cloud space, this just shows us how limited that we are in understanding general gaming concepts. MAU is a ping. If I have xCloud, I have it because I have Game Pass. Ask me when the last time I played something on Game Pass. I think it was Halo Infinite. When Halo Infinite first came out, that's the last thing I played on Game Pass, let alone xCloud. I actually have xCloud. I actually could have downloaded Atomic Heart off of PC Game Pass, or I could have played it on xCloud, and I refused to do it. But that's here nor there. But I just want people to think about that, to let that soak in. How many people have Game Pass? Play games on Xbox PCs. Do all that other stuff. That's just a ping. Monthly active users are just a ping. I pinged the service. I turned it on. That's a ping. Are you still playing the game? Are you beating the game? Are you putting massive hours into the game? Or just generally enjoying it at all? That's what matters. Because that's what makes people spend money on your platform. And don't give me that trash about, well, they're everywhere, MM2. If they were truly everywhere and everybody everywhere was diving into their experience, then they would be making more money than everybody. And they're not. They're next to last place in money being made for the platform. They're in last place in total engagement. Not just an MAU. And that just shows our lack of depth when it comes to, again, in the cloud space, when it comes to understanding this from a general gaming perspective. We heard the MAU thing and we were like, oh, Stadia was nowhere close. xCloud is tethered to a service that has over 20 million people. So if you want to try xCloud, part of that, you could do that. But who said people were trying xCloud and were like, oh, all right, this is cool? Nobody was. The only thing that is making xCloud competitive in the cloud space is Fortnite, which I can't take that from them. That was an ingenious idea business-wise to partner with Fortnite, put it in the beta thing to where you don't have to pay to access it, And for all those disenfranchised Apple people, they now have a way to play Fortnite. It was ingenious. But opposite of that, with all this access that Phil Spencer claims that he has for people to play games, they are still in last place. How is if he's doing such a fantastic job bringing games to all gamers, how are they in last place? I'll tell you how. They are last placed in console. They are last placed in the cloud as far as performance. And they are last place on PC. Nobody cares about the freaking Windows Store. So when you look at all three places where they're at, they suck across the board. Why would I want prominent publishers to be absorbed by somebody who sucks everywhere they're at? They suck. And now you're telling me that in 5 years, they won't suck anymore on the lowest selling console. Because miraculously, the lowest selling console out of the bunch, out of all of them, is the Xbox Series X. That now miraculously, developers are going to get these tools. They're going to make their nipples hard and get them so aroused for the Xbox Series X that now they're going to start grinding away and producing these hardcore AAA gems for the Xbox. Mammy Jammy, please. Stop it. Ooh, suddenly I'm aroused. All my nipples are protruding. Let me flesh out the Xbox Series X. Oh. It's not happening. The lowest selling console in 5 years from now, if the biggest promise in that space hasn't come to fruition, it's going to get worse. The gap is going to get bigger. So it's going to be even more detrimental to, again, the Xbox Zealots argument that PlayStation is influencing people to not develop and really develop to the max for the Series X. They're holding back. Well, if that Zealotry entry is true, what makes you think they will do it 5 years from now? Even if the tools do make their nipples hard, they're aroused. Nothing. It is the stupidest argument I have yet to hear from zealots trying to make an excuse on why you should battle PlayStation and hate them for everything that they do and cherish Xbox for not doing a damn thing that they've promised to do. You cannot claim to have a next generation console unless it has true 4K and top of the line VR. You ain't got the true 4K because every time I turn around, the biggest games out there don't perform the best on your platform. Hell, not even the games that you got marketing rights for. Atomic Heart. You don't have VR. Let me get this straight. You don't have VR. You suck in the cloud. Windows PC sucks. Let me go back one. And you suck so much in the cloud, you had to sign a 10-year deal with NVIDIA GFN so people in the cloud can see how cool it would be to play your game, because you can't do it. That's like McDonald's not being able to build a restaurant with stable enough seats. So they give you your food in the parking lot and tell you to go sit in Burger King and eat. That's how pathetic Microsoft has come. You can't even sit in their own establishment in order to enjoy their games. Now I gotta play them on the NVIDIA GeForce Now. And you expect me to support them putting a stranglehold with their money, with their Microsoft money. Them using that Microsoft money to put a stranglehold on other developers and bringing them to within that piss poor management conundrum. Xbox has every right to do what they want to do with the studios that they've purchased. But I have every right as a consumer to defend my interest as a consumer and ensure that before that deal goes through, there is actually a benefit from you taking that game, absorbing it into your ethos, and cutting it off from other people. What is the benefit? Like, what is the benefit from Bethesda? They're going to clean their games up. It won't be so buggy. Okay, all right, let's see it. Let's see it, and let's see it actually released, because it sounds like to me that's why y'all held back Starfield so many times. Because if you would have left it to Bethesda, they would have released the damn game, I think last year, or they might have released it 2020. I don't want to say 2020, maybe 2021. So you got them polishing the game, right? And the game is being so polished, you don't even know when it's coming out. 2 years after it was all likely going to release anyway. All right. And I'm supposed to support that. Elder Scrolls 6. I'm going to just support it because you did. No, I'm not. I mean, if I can't stop it, I can't stop it, but I'm not going to support it. Because there's something wrong. It could be, look, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. It could be anybody else. Nintendo could be buying Activision Blizzard. PlayStation. Hell, NVIDIA GFN could be buying them. And I think they would be in better hands than Xbox. Because at the end of the day, we just want good games. We want good games and we want the innovation to grow. And Microsoft has proven with its piss poor management and leadership and regime that they don't know how to foresee the right path for gaming, nor do they have a visionary in their midst. And they suck at this. And the only thing that they could do is go to Papa Satya. Satya, please, bail us out again. I mean, I know you did it with Minecraft. I know you did it when you thought of Game Pass. But one more time, Papa Satya. Papa Satya, please. Now you want Papa Satya write you a check to buy Activision Blizzard. Suck. Amazing. Amazing proposals that I won't support. Let me check out the chat real quick and then we're going to get back to some Division 2. Cold Blood says, yo, he says trans vision again. Ubisoft is an Xbox and third publisher form. Let's just do NRO right now. You're already ranting about Xbox. How's my mic sound? I was worried, hey, Cold Blood, I was worried about my mic. That's why I didn't do NRO. Thought my mic would be sucky because I broke my Blue Yeti. I don't know if you saw what I wrote on Twitter. I broke my Blue Yeti. I had to go buy another one. Kinda bad. See what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I figured. You said, but it's okay. Yeah, it's sucky. I gotta I got another one coming. It'll be here tomorrow. I got another Blue Yeti coming. It'll be here tomorrow. Let's try this one more.
You need to stop Black Tusk from obtaining the data they're after from the vault.
Yeah, bro. But it's a shame, man. It's a daggone shame that Xbox, they're pathetic right now. The Series S was a dumb idea. It was a horrible idea. I remember Albert Pernella, like, oh, they make, like, Xbox is full of lying inspiration. That's all they've been doing. Now, I caught on. I fell victim to it, but I caught on. I caught on after like a year. I'm like, this just ain't added up. I don't feel bad for Xbox gamers. My concern, I'm not doing this for Xbox gamers. Screw them. They gotta wake up. They gotta wake up and they gotta get over their Sony hate. I get it. I was there too. I didn't like what Sony was doing in a lot of regards. They've since they're doing better now. I'm not gonna say that Sony addresses everything, all of my concerns, but it sure. Oh shit! It sure as hell is a lot better than Xbox, and they've gotten a lot better, as far as I'm concerned, as far as the things that I was concerned about. I'm not going back. Keep getting my ass. Let's see here. Let's go to the bounties. Let's go to manhunt. All right, I'm gonna do chunks. Okay, go back to the map. If I can find where chunks is. I think is this where chunks is at? Manhunt. Chunks is. Oh, okay. I got the bounty to do. That's all I got to do. West Potomac. Oh crap. Where's West Potomac? Small. Where's West Potomac at? Damn it. Where the hell is West Potomac? West End. Oh, there it goes. Okay. That's West Potomac. All right. So let's go here and then I'll find the bounty. He says, you're loud and clear though. He says Series S with Game Pass is the best deal in gaming. Stop lying. Stop being a pony. Game Pass. It saved my marriage too, Cold Blood. No, but I'm just saying, like, it doesn't make any sense when you think about it. What has Phil Spencer? He's not a visionary. They follow this guy like he's some type of visionary. He's not a visionary. Like, what has he done? Game Pass. That wasn't his idea. That was Satya. Cloud Gaming wasn't his idea. It was Satya's. Minecraft wasn't his idea. Wasn't Satya. It was Satya's. Okay, well, maybe Bethesda. Well, we don't, okay. All right, maybe Bethesda. Damn, can we get a Starfield? Because Redfall definitely don't look like it benefits from being under Xboxes. You know what I'm saying? Redfall don't look like that game, bruh. It not. Nah. Nobody's even talking about it. You can hate me all you want. The proof is in the pudding. They might even cancel that game. I wouldn't be surprised if they canceled the game. You know what I mean? Like, that game has not been talked about since it came out. That's wild to me, bro. Say what you want. Game look like it's trash. Like it's. uninspiring. So uninspiring. They might have to cancel it.
So boring.
He says Phil gets lifetime achievement. Yeah, come on, man. He gets lifetime achievement awards for lying and scamming. I've never met somebody who's Jesus Christ, who's promised so much, but has actually produced so little. I've never seen it before. He's promised the moon and stars and has actually offered nothing. And he's not a visionary. Visionary can, points out a direction, can envision a direction, execute it, make it happen, and make it make sense, and for the general public and everybody involved benefits. He has done nothing in that regard. He sucks. I've never seen anything like it. Oh, Jesus. Kill me with that, man. And now you're telling people, wait 5 years. And in 5 years, the tools will be utilized.
Assistance needed.
Craziest stuff I've ever heard, man. Craziest stuff I've ever heard. 5 years you'll benefit. The generation is damn well almost over. 5 years. Can you imagine? And this is why Phil never said it. But can you imagine telling Xbox gamers
Serious trauma detected.
so in 2013 or 2014, you know what? Xbox One is gonna do good 5 years. So that means that we gotta wait till 2019. For those that just don't understand the ramifications, we gotta wait till 2019 to have an experience that we can enjoy, get what we asked for. Right? Can you imagine just telling Xbox gamers that you're gonna enjoy that experience? You gotta wait 5 years before it pans out. I mean, really, that's what they had to do anyway. But Xbox gamers swear they enjoyed the Xbox One. Still enjoy it. Still got access to games and Game Passes. Can you imagine telling gamers have to wait 5 years for thing that we promise you? Not just that end up being the way that it is, but just wait 5 years. And let's just say if you accept that, let's just say in your wood buffing, hyperbolic, zealot mind state, you accept that. But what if
Immediate medical assistance needed.
What if the actual ramifications of that acceptance became true? Like you did your homework and you actually broke down that theory that you got to wait 5 years. You then realize that the theory makes no sense. Why? Because if you think about it, you were already told that Xbox games were not being realized because PlayStation was influencing people through whatever means to not develop for the platform. You were already told that, right? So if that's what you were already told, why would they then change that in 5 years? What's going to make them change that in 5 years? PlayStation is already, quote unquote, influencing people not to really develop for your game. So even, like I said, even if you fall for that zealotry, you then have to realize the flaw in it, because it's still based upon these gamers. I mean, these game developers not holding back on the Xbox anymore. And if they were holding back on the Xbox this early, when the gap is still, it's getting bigger, but there's still a path where it doesn't have to remain that way. However, you're telling me that after 5 years, where the gap is bound to be bigger, that the developers are miraculously going to fall in line then.
Here they are.
I need help understanding that. You see how the zealotry, holy shit. You see how the zealotry logic finally just like, you've told so many lies that you now have there's no place of return. Like, it comes full stop right here, right now. You cannot lie any further. There is no way that you can argue that, oh, it's a software thing. Just give it 5 years. You cannot argue that effectively. You cannot effectively argue that if part of your main argument for now has been that developers are being coerced into not, but the developers have the tools to do it now, but they won't do it under Sony's influence. If that is the case,
Right there.
what is going to change that after 5 more years of Sony influence creating a bigger gap? Like, what people have to do, and you can hate PlayStation, you can hate them, who cares? What people have to do, though, is at some point in time, they have to put it all to rest for the sake of gaming. I get that you have a platform. I get that you may be making money. I've had some conversation. I ain't making all that much money. A lot of y'all that is talking this zealotry, y'all ain't making that much bread. Y'all ain't making that much bread to be excusing this. I know. But with that said, at some point in time, y'all gotta put that to the side. Say, I prefer this platform. I want it to succeed. But they're not going to succeed if I ignore its glaring problems. Like, they're going to fail. Like I'm, you know, I've been fortunate enough to understand a lot of what these technical things mean. I've been fortunate enough communicated in a way that can convince people of what I'm trying to tell them, and it has granted me success, you know, as far as building viewership and da 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 da. But I'm a gamer, and at the end of the day, it's about gaming, and I can't sit here and lie to people that everything is okay. Or I can't make it sound like it's okay that they sit back and wait 5 years for this thing that I told them day one was going to kick ass, and they've been told it eats monsters. I can no longer tell them that this is okay. Like, what I have to do now is I have to be a voice of reason, and I got to convince people that we're going to have to really speak up in order to get
Found an infiltrator.
we're gonna have to really speak up in order to get these to get everything back on track. And we're gonna have to stop making it to where Bill is protected like some endangered species, where he can't be criticized consistently in order to get things better. I mean, I can't see where, from a gaming perspective, you can like Xbox, you can hate PlayStation, you can enjoy Xbox, but you still can't sit there and say, look, this guy Phil Spencer, even though I still feel like Xbox is the superior experience, this guy Phil Spencer is really cramping and prohibiting Xbox from being the behemoth that they can be. Like, things could be so much better. And as a gamer, that's what it's all about. Gaming getting better. And this dude, with all of his inconsistencies, waffling, is prohibiting that. So yeah, even though I enjoy Xbox, I hate PlayStation, and I think Xbox is the best, hands down. This guy Phil is not, is not doing what needs to be done to keep it that way. I mean, you can't sell that. You still can't create content off of that. Is the zealotry that bad? Is the defense force? Is the accolades for the Xbox console? Is it solely behind making an excuse for Phil Spencer? Is that at the heart and soul of everything that you guys do? Is that you the Phil Spencer? Is it not even about the platform anymore? Is it just solely about Phil Spencer? curious now. I'm curious, is the zealotry that serious where it's no longer about oh Jesus, come on.
Critical.
God damn it!
Agent deceased.
Cold Blood says, Phyllis Green G Donnie D was Satan. If Xbox comes back in 5 years, I'm gonna eat my DualSense. It's not coming back. If people have to wait 5 years in order for these tools to come to fruition, it's over. It's over. I'll be right back. This puts the intermission back. I'll be right back.
God damn.
Back with Revolver. Now show me this God killer I've heard so much about. What's this?
Yeah, baby.
Now we're talking. That's all? You were finally showing me. You insult me holding back like this. I did not seek that fight with your brother. I don't care.
Damn it.
How were you ever a god of war?
Ah! I keep hitting the. God damn you!
You're fucking hopeless. You spit on my son's memory.
Damn
I
it!
can't believe they lost to you.
Oh man. See, yeah, these. I gotta get used to it. But these fights will help me do it.
I did not seek that fight with your brother. I don't care. That's all? You were finally showing me. You insult me holding back like this.
Damn it.
You're fucking hopeless. You spit on my son's memory. I can't believe they lost to you. How were you ever a god?
Get him! Get him! Get that mother! Get that mother! Get him!
You know my past. The ghost of Sparta thing. Yeah. Then you know what I'm capable of. Show me!
Yes! Ah! Right in the gut! Get it up in the gut!
Was hoping to see your blade. Guess they don't come when you fall. Stop holding back! Look at you, trying to remember your old moves. You should be better than this!
Shut your ass up! I'm better than you! Ah! Damn!
Let me see the monster inside!
Get him! Get that! Ah! Damn it! Charge that baby up! Charge it up! Yeah, baby! God damn!
Afraid to get your hands dirty?
Woo! Come on, baby! Get him, baby! Yeah! Get that mother! Oh, see that push!
This is since Sony confirmed Mark Cerny is the architect. For PlayStation 6, it's over for Xbox. But wasn't he the architect for the 5 too? Mark Cerny's a genius. A weirdo, but he's a genius. How they put so much behind him. He's the motherfucker that should be winning all the awards. Not Phil Spencer. I just don't understand. Like, we're gonna look back at this generation of gaming. I want to say 10 years from now. I expect that unless Microsoft gets away with the Activision deal, and then they're given free reign to just buy shit up, and that's how they take over gaming and destroy it. The trajectory that things are headed now, even with the Activision deal alone, it's over. Right? And Phil Spencer will be gone. Like you can kind of feel it in the air. I think like 10 years, 15 years maybe, Phil Spencer will be gone. Whether he leaves, whether he's fired, he's going to be gone. Very few successes, and he's just been unadulterated with failures. The only success that he can be attributed to is taking Xbox out of the red. So what? PlayStation took itself out of the red and dominated gaming. You know what I mean? They took itself out of the red with the PlayStation 3 and dominated gaming afterward. And saw that Xbox was making money and said, hold on. The difference between the money that we're making and the money that you're making, we don't feel like it's wide enough because our product is better. Came up with let go of Sean Layton, put Yoshida in the basement, and brought over Jim Ryan and Herman Holst to steer the ship. Because they're like, was that Joe Cadore, I think, too? You know, and then they bought Bungie because they realized, look, if Microsoft is this close to us, still like $7 billion, but they're too close to us. You should be making, like, they should be dead last. But they come up with a good gimmick in the right areas to not be a threat to us, but still make. If we can do what they're doing and provide the good shit, we're gonna murder this game. This is what PlayStation is. So I think what's gonna happen is PlayStation is gonna be successful there. At some point in time, Phil is gonna continue to have more failures, very few successes. He's gonna go away. And somebody better eventually is going to take over Xbox. Like I said, I don't prescribe that Xbox is going to be sold off because it's making Microsoft money. But again, 10, 15 years from now, if they continue to be in last place the way that they are, then it's going to affect the stock price. So I think anywhere between 5 to 7 years from now, Bill, things will start to change drastically. But 10, 15 years from now, we're going to look back at this time. I think in unison, whether you're a PlayStation, Xbox, if it's NVIDIA that's a major player, whoever it is, and they're going to sit back and they're going to say, you know what, that guy, Phil Spencer, won a lot of awards, but Xbox was pathetic back then. Yeah, can you believe that? This is going to be scrutinized as one of the most ridiculously gauged moments from the zealots and the journos ever. They're going to look at this and they're going to say, this guy won all these awards, but Mark Cerny didn't win anything? And he's the architect of all this stuff? He's the architect of all the success behind play when they were laughing at the rapid pack math? I laughed at it. I made content on it. I said he was a fool, an idiot. Who's this weirdo? Not knowing what I was talking about. And guess what happened? God of War, that rapid pack math, came out on the $200 opponent of the $500 Xbox One X and looked better than anything on that console. That's when I started becoming a believer. That's when I started becoming a believer that PlayStation is serious. And that's when it started to creep in my mind that Xbox isn't. When I say serious, I don't mean that they don't want to win, but serious in having the ability to win. I mean serious as an adjective. Xbox cannot. Here, and I don't get this before we close out, because I know my wife is going to come to the door any moment now. Cold Blood says the road to the PlayStation 5 video showed exactly point to point how Cerny is going to F Xbox in the back. No, I'm going to disagree with you. PlayStation, no. The person that's holding the Xbox and screwing it in the disc bay like a scene off American Pie, it's Phil Spencer. No. The Jimmy is Phil Spencer, but the body that's thrusting it in the Xbox are the zealots. I mean, let's put it like this. As bad of a visionary, as much as he isn't one, even though he keeps getting awards like he is one, as bad of a leader of this division that Phil has been. And again, I wanted to be specific there because I'm not saying that Phil's a bad person. I think under any normal circumstance, I think Phil Spencer is somebody that I would get along with. I would love gaming with. I'd have a lot of fun with. He's just not cut out for this. But he loves gaming so much. This is his dream job. And his vision, even though he's not a visionary, his vision, he's so hell-bent in passing it along to gamers. All this would go away if gamers just played everything. That he's gone from half-speaking to disingenuous moments to all types of shit that may even be out of his character. Who knows? In order to save his job. And I think Phil just needs to concede that his vision isn't the vision for that's gonna make Xbox successful. You know what I think Phil would be great at? Phil would be fantastic to hit the what is that? FSA or whoever, what's that regulating group for video games that hosts E3? He'd be great at that. Being an advocate for gaming altogether. In some type of role that advocates for great, maybe being a lobbyist. So as future deals hit and people got to talk to CMA, send Phil Spencer out there. Get Phil Spencer, ESA, that's the name, ESA. He would be great. He would be great to head to ESA. I think Phil Spencer would be fantastic at that job. And as deals are getting passed in gaming or whatever, send Phil Spencer and his team out there as legislators want to crack down on violence and they're using gaming as a excuse. Send Phil Spencer out there. But his vision isn't good for a hardcore gaming platform. And even though it's his vision that's ruining things, he's being enabled by the zealots, the content creators who are getting paid off of this. Like, I remember talking to telling a content creator, even though they didn't want to give me credit for this before, but I'll give myself my own flowers. I remember talking to a content creator that I used to work with, Xbox purist, even when I wasn't. I consider myself a vision. Even though I couldn't stand the Xbox brand at the moment, I remember telling one of these Xbox purists out here that I used to work with, look, Xbox is going to be booming. Like, as far as content creation, Xbox is going to be booming. I told them this in 2018, I think it was. I said, Xbox is going to be booming. I said, what you need to do, I said, is while all these other people are stepping away from Xbox as far as content creation, like, you're a purist, you need to create an Xbox podcast. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. Dude, I don't think I have the talent for it. Dude, I think you have the talent for it. And you're comparing yourself to other creators that or this and that. Okay, maybe you're not there yet. All it takes is repetition. You'll get there. Maybe you're not there yet. Maybe you, and mentally I'm thinking maybe you'll never get there. But it doesn't matter. Because the product that's being sold is your purest mind state for Xbox. I said, get a couple of people together. You would kill this thing. You would kill this thing. Oh, I don't know. So they sat on it for a year. I kept convincing them they sat on it for about a year, and then we ended up getting another content creator that convinced them through repetition, they started to get a little more confidence in themselves. And then they came back to me and they said, you know what? No, I'm lying. Before the year, they came back to me a few months later and they said, you know what? I've been thinking. Like me and this person never had this conversation. I've been thinking. I think that if with everybody leaving Xbox and no longer being Xbox guys and Xbox people, I think I would do really good and we would kill it with a podcast. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, okay, regurgitated to me everything I told you, like I didn't tell you it, but the fact that you believe in it, that's all the better. I said, yes, absolutely. They named me some names of some people that they were fishing out for and hoping to podcast with. Then they sat on it. And I'll say, like, several months later, we got another content creator who really pushed them over the top. I think what it was,
backup request.
It was like, who am I going to go to make this podcast come to fruition? And we ended up getting a lot of Xbox people in our camp, you know what I'm saying, or Xbox people that were affiliated with us. And so this person said, look, we got some cool affiliations, we got a lot of people in our camp, let's do this thing. And they did it. And I want to say from the very first episode that they did it, they did extremely well. And now they're of the premier Xbox shows out there, which is great. However, the constant excuse making for Xbox woes, the issues that Xbox continues to have and not fulfilling promises, and those zealots / enthusiasts, whatever you, or purists, whatever you want to call them, keep making excuses. You just wait. You just wait. You just wait. Give it 5 more years. You just wait. Tells Phil that I can continue to go with my harebrained excuse or vision, continue to mess things up, and never come through with anything that puts us over the top. I mean, yeah, we can talk about Stadia all we want and how, under Phil's guys, we formed together and we went after Stadia. Woohoo! But I will tell you this about Stadia. As goofy as the top brass at Google, not Stadia, those people knew what they were doing. It was just Google that has no business in gaming at that level or at that juncture. That screwed everything up. Even though that layer of Google is goofy and didn't know what to do with Stadia. If I'm an Xbox zealot, purist, whatever, I'm thanking my lucky stars for Stadia. Because if it wasn't for Stadia showing you what cloud gaming is supposed to look like and feel like and perform, they would have actually tried, because everybody opposite of Stadia had wonky systems that really weren't that good. And so Xbox thought they could get away with xCloud at that moment. NVIDIA GeForce Now really wasn't that good at the moment. Luna wasn't out. Shadow, was shaky. You know what I'm saying? Booster Void wasn't out, so forth, right? If it wasn't for Stadia showing you how cloud gaming at least is supposed to look and perform, they would have there wouldn't be an S for those that are enjoying the S, or those that argue and rally for Xbox. And the Xbox would be getting slaughtered because xCloud is trash. And oh my God, Xbox would be worse than the Xbox One generation. It would probably be on the level of the OG Xbox generation, where Sony beat them, 150 million to 25 million or 29 million. It would be on that level. So thank your lucky stars that is just 2-1 because of Stadia. But the zealotry, because a lot of these groups are infused in the zealotry, they can't even fathom that. They're just in the mind state of defending Phil no matter what. That has become not only the product, but the soul of the Xbox movement is defending Phil. So I'm going to give some advice. We didn't want your advice, because you left us for Stadia. Again, thank your lucky stars. Let me give some advice. You can still argue that Xbox is the better console, the better ecosystem, whatever it is, whatever catchphrase you guys use now. You can still argue all that. You can argue that PlayStation sucks and all they got are over-the-shoulder third-person games, what do they call them, walking simulators, interactive movies. You can still argue that. But you should, alongside arguing with that, be able to say, you know what? As much as I like Xbox, as much as I think it's better than the competition, it should be a lot better than this. Like, Xbox should be destroying, it should be no question that Xbox should be destroying the competition. If they would just execute properly on the things that they set out to do and make these things their focus, they would do better. And you know why they're not doing that? Because I don't think Phil is in lockstep of what needs to be done. And Phil, you need to do better. Because we should be blowing this thing away. I still love Xbox. Still think it's... I don't even care about PlayStation. Who cares about God of Snore? Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe any of this. But I'm saying. Because all content creation is from that side, it's nothing but zealotry, telling lies, and just winning a debate. That's why they may look at me and say, oh, well, you only got this many listeners here, or this, you know. I don't play the zealotry game anymore. We found our success in our website. We're doing well there. A lot of you would like for you to match our revenue there before you open your mouth. So I can just get on here, not play the zealot game, say what I want to say, regardless if PlayStation, Xbox, whoever don't like it, and feel comfortable. But when people ask, well, how do you do that? I think that's how. You can proclaim that Xbox is the best. You can say it's better than PlayStation, and PlayStation still doesn't compare. But you make the argument that, hey, we're supposed to be going forwards, not backwards. We're supposed to be moving forward from the Xbox 360 generation, and we clearly are not at the place where the 360 is doing. We can do better. We should be stomping out the competition. They shouldn't even have the gall to even argue with us. If we hit the marks on our cloud infrastructure, if we hit the marks on the games that released, and when they released, and the quality they released it, if we focus on inspiring the right type of games, along with doing whatever pity patty, fizzle pizzle tizzle popper stuff in addition to, if we prioritize the right things, we would be okay. And we're not okay because I don't think Phil is in the right headspace and doing the right things. So Phil, you got to do better. Doesn't mean you think that Xbox is the worst. Doesn't mean any of that stuff. You can still argue against that. You can still make a debate or whatever against that, because all it is zealotry. It's just zealotry and debate. But I think with all the excuse given and the debate and zealotry that's going on, you can still preserve the gamer in you by still expecting better and consistently holding people's feet to the fire when they don't do better. And not just better than PlayStation, not just better than Nintendo, not just better than NVIDIA GeForce Now in the cloud, not just better than Steam, better than what you were doing before. You're supposed to always improve. I don't think the argument stops at, do I like this better than PlayStation? The argument stops at, do I like what you're doing now better than what you were doing before? If my favorite generation is the 360, damn it, how are you doing better than that? That's the litmus that I think gamers should be holding this platform to, any platform to. Damn it, let's look at the PlayStation. I'm getting back into reality land. Let's look at the PlayStation. If you like the PlayStation 2, all right, they fell short with the PlayStation 3. People were putting it to task. They also put it to task by going to Xbox. But then when the PlayStation 4 came out, guess what? It outdid the PlayStation 2, and people actually liked the PlayStation 4 generation better than they liked the PlayStation 2. The PlayStation 5 is taking the activity of the 4 generation that has outpaced the 2, and now they're starting to outpace the 4. So they're doing better in that regard earlier on already. They kicked off the generation with God of War, Gran Turismo, Horizon Forbidden West, got Returnal, got Demon Souls, right? And they're releasing VR. That is a lot better than what they had at release on the PlayStation 4 generation. Look how they ended up. And on top of that, Herman Host told you, PlayStation has 26 unannounced games. Well, I'll say 25 because I think Wolverine got announced. 25 unannounced exclusive titles that are in the pipeline. That's how you do better. This generation, opposite of the supply restraint, is already better in the same time frame than it was the PlayStation 4 generation. And the PlayStation 4 generation is outpacing the PlayStation 2 generation. What are we doing here? That's how, you know why it's like that? You know why it's like that? Because with all the zealotry that's on the PlayStation side and some of the wood buffing and some of the excuses they were making for Octodad and all that other stuff, when it comes down to the nitty gritty, there is a standard and they have to rise to that standard. And when Jim Ryan and others didn't rise to that standard, guess what? They held them to task. Hold on one second. So like I said, my wife is home. I gotta work like a slave and cook the dinner. Those are my thoughts, man. I know not a lot of gaming here, but I just thought it was absurd. And I wanted to really do NRO podcasts, but couldn't get to it today because of this busted mic, but we'll have that fixed tomorrow. That being said, just a lot to talk about, a lot to diagnose and to dive into. It's just a mess, man. And I don't, and that whole 5 years thing, whoever said that, I don't think that's just something they constructed. I think they were told. I think somebody high up or someone connected told them that. Said, throw that out there. And they were willing to take that risk. And I think the reality of it is, internally at Xbox, they calculate it's going to take about 5 years to even try to compete. Again, that this is going to be a rough 5 years for Xbox again. It's going to look like the Xbox One generation all over again, if not worse. And we've already seen how that played out. But 5 years in, they came out with the Xbox One X, which is going to be the equivalent of the tools. You know what I'm saying? Coming through the Series X. What happened then? Like the Xbox One X on paper was then better than the PlayStation 4 Pro. What happened? Nobody cared. And it's not like Sony's going to rest on their laurels. They got Mark, like I said, the guy that really should be winning the awards, even though he's, weird. They got Mark Cerny in their corner. So all they're going to do, they're not going to sit there and just let that be a factor if it is going to be a factor. They're going to do some more rapid pack math or something. They're going to figure out something. And they're going to swat Xbox away even further. Then what? It's not too late. I think it's too late to overcome PlayStation, but it's not too late to keep it tight and to get better. How do you do that? You hold them to task. You can sit there and say, PlayStation is trash. You can sit there and say, I like Xbox's ecosystem better. You can sit there and say, you know, there's no question which one is better. But then you can also say, but that's not where the buck stops. Xbox should be outdoing itself, because PlayStation is outdoing themselves. Nintendo is outdoing themselves. And the last generation and this one have yet to be on the level of the 360 generation. So those are my thoughts. Let me read these final comments and then we're going to get out of here. He says, what will bots say now? Wait till next gen. Ridiculous. Said Sony confirmed Mark Cerny is the architect. Oh, okay, I read that. Absolutely. The road to the PlayStation 5 showed us exactly, point for point, how Sony is going. I read that one. Bots don't want to believe it. They laughed at 10.3 teraflops number, but he explained it so perfect how T-flops are BS, and they're only a metric for a good yeah, exactly. There are other metrics for a good console. Like, one of the things that I find weird that zealots are even arguing against now is Digital Foundry came out in their last, or somewhere they came out and they said that people were, or maybe it wasn't Digital Foundry, but people were arguing power over speed, and they're both equally important. Like, you can have T-flops that represent power, but speed means something too. And I remember everybody laughed at that at the beginning of the generation. But then you had people like Mike Ibarra came out and said that they were impressed, you know, because of the speed. And there were a lot of tech people coming out saying that the speed of the PlayStation mattered. That even though it's not as many teraflops, the speed matters. And we should have already realized this because, well, no, because when it comes to T-flops, they actually now rank the 360 with more T-flops than the PlayStation 3, which I don't know how, but whatever. I don't know how that calculation works. But now that we're seeing that come to fruition, and now, which I feel, and again, I don't have any proof of this, but I feel like someone planted that with that person to try to test that. Because that person that made that comment not too long ago was proclaiming that there was going to be 40 to 50 deltas. You don't go from saying out of the gate there's going to be 40 to 50 frame deltas. You don't go from that to promoting, well, you know, the games are still going to be fun on the PlayStation 5, but it's not going to be a comparison. You don't go from that to, okay, now you got to wait 5 years. You don't go from those that extremity as far as belief systems are concerned. You don't go from that unless the latter you were told to say, and you thought you could sell it. And now you're paying for it. That's my belief. I could be wrong. So, yeah, the conversation behind speed versus power, I think, has now received more credibility, or the importance of both speed and power have gotten credibility. And if I'm an Xbox gamer, I'm listening, because I now need to influence Phil Spencer to get his head on straight and do some visionary type ish. I explained to you the big things that Xbox can claim under this regime belong to Satya Nadella. Please, Daddy, Satya, bail us out. He done bailed you out multiple times. It's now time for Xbox for Phil Spencer to produce. Bots didn't want to believe it. They laughed. Says Paris should have been the voice of reason at Xbox, but he is one of the yellow cheer. You know what? That is one of the most disappointing things too, because Paris in the past was, and I respected him for his opinion, even though when I was an Xbox zealot, I didn't agree with it. But I respected him for his opinion because of the way that he parsed it. And then all Xbox, it seemed like all Xbox did was give him a pack of Pall Malls and a TV dinner, a microwavable TV dinner, and he totally flipped. I don't know what happened. I think in following the content, this is just my synopsis. He was looking for a new opportunity. And opportunity seemed to be coming in the form of doing content with Xbox. And because of that, his Zealotry for the platform went into hyperdrive. Because he really wanted that opportunity. He wanted to be a voice within gaming. Maybe something was happening in his place of employment. I mean, I can relate where you're like, oh man, maybe I can do something with this. I've had a moment like, you know, I don't know. Again, this is all speculative. But he used to, you know, but it's all speculative. I don't know. But we'll see. All right, last comment is oh no, that's what he said. Oh, I'm back. Oh, you came back at the last minute. I'm about to end it. All right, y'all. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for coming through. We were live for almost 3 hours. A little bit of gaming in between. But I just had to let off about this, man. Hopefully Xbox gamers do better. And they start asking for better. And they can still support their favorite box without keeping the gamer core at essence. I think that's what they should do. All right. Well, that's it. That's it from your boy. I appreciate all of y'all. Until next time, have a wonderful gaming day. Peace.